Hi there, and welcome to this month's installment of our Client of the Month. I'm joined with a very special client. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Crystal, how you been?
I've been good.
Yeah,
Good.
It's been a process, hasn't it?
Oh, it has been.
And Crystal is our Client of the Month. I bet you never woke up thinking, what I want to be is Michles and Booth's Client of the Month.
I had no doubt. I had no doubt. I had no doubt.
In fact, nobody wants to get into the club because that means you had to have been a victim of an accident.
Right.
Nobody gets up in the morning and says, hey, I'm going to be in an accident today.
Exactly.
So you were involved in a pretty serious accident.
Yes, I was.
You look great, but there was a time when your face got cut up really bad by the glass that was flying around, wasn't it?
Yes, yes.
And it was a struggle to get the insurance company to understand what that meant.
Yeah. Very hard.
But it was a process that you were very strong and you persevered.
Yes.
And Kel was your lawyer who helped you, right?
Great lawyer.
Well, tell everybody what you think of Kel.
And he's awesome. My hand go out to him. He took me, he didn't just look at me as a client, he took me as a person. He learned me for myself first. You know what I'm saying? We built a personal relationship that way. He knew who he was dealing with, and I knew he made me was able to be comfortable to trust him. You know, it's hard to do that for me, but he was perfect.
And your case got done in a little less than a year.
Yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes.
These things usually take a lot longer.
Ooh, yes.
And it was a fight. But you know, one of the things that, and you had a cosmetic injury that was very serious, and one of the things I found over my 30-year career, I know I don't look old enough to have a 30-year career, but in my 30-year career I've learned that insurance people don't want to credit cosmetic injuries to other people. It's like, well, that's not a big deal, but that's a pretty big deal when you look in the mirror every day and you have to be reminded of the terrible accident you were in.
Yes.
It means a lot to you, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I used to tell juries whenever I had cases that had facial injuries or facial scarring, I said, every one of us is entitled to our own vanity. We select what clothes we like. We select the way we want to wear our hair. I don't care if you're the most vain, pretty boy, or you're the most basic, eco-friendly person. We all choose. You choose your earrings because they make you look nice. You choose your glasses. I choose my tie. I choose my shoes. We make these choices because it's how we feel comfortable.
Exactly.
And when somebody takes that from you, when they dictate to you how you're going to look, that's a big deal.
It is.
How'd it make you feel?
It put me back to an old wound of mine. I don't wear makeup, so it affected me at the most. This is something I have to be out in public with. I'm not used to. I don't believe in wearing makeup, so I don't believe in hiding the scars. This is something that kind of put me in a depression mode, and it put me in a dark place because I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, and it took time. It took time for me to just say, it still didn't change my beauty. It's just a scar that I can't hide that is now is open. So it's something that I still deal with, but I'm more in touch with myself. It's just a scar.
Well, it sounds like you're better adjusted than a lot of the people. Like my daughters will cry for days if they've got a pimple on their forehead and they got a date. So, it depends upon how comfortable you are with what you're doing. You sound like you made a very comfortable adjustment to what happened to you.
Yes, I did, because it could have been worse. I could not be here, and just to say it was just a scar, then to just say, it was buried, so yeah, I'm comfortable.
That's a great perspective. Let me ask you this. People are always complaining about their lawyers don't call them back. They don't explain what's going on to them. What was your experience here?
Oh, they kept me posted. They was very alert. They made sure they called and checked on me. Anything that I needed, they was right there. They didn't hesitate. That's one of the things I loved about them. They was very sensitive to my needs and to how I felt. Like I said, they took me as a person first and not just a client. So
did you know who your paralegal was throughout the case? Were you in touch with them too?
They called time to time.
Yeah, but what about Kel? Was Kel primarily the guy?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, he was.
A lot of lawyers rely on their paralegals to do just about everything, but around here we're kind of sticklers to making the lawyers handle their own cases.
That's right.
It worked out good for you, huh?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Anything you want to say that people might want to know or listen to you based upon your experience here?
Listen, can't just go by a word of mouth. You have to really like give it a chance. You know, you have to trust somebody. You know, we hear all these things that they're just out for money. Nah, they actually take you as a person. You know, they learn you as a person. The most thing about it, there, you know, is no money up front. You know, they do not bother you unless they know they can get the job done. So my word is trust them. Come see him. They good. He's good.
Well, thank you very much for coming down here today. It really means a lot to us.
Thank you.
And as the client of the month, it comes through with showering prizes and gifts. Not really. But you get our thanks and our heartfelt thanks. And hopefully you won't need us again, because that would mean you've been in another accident.
Yeah.
But if you do need us, you know you can always call us.
Always.
Good. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm Marcus Michles, and that's this month's installment of our Client of the Month. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next month.